Yes, I am sat in the bathroom of the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel. I'm just getting ready for bed. Oliver's in the other room watching videos. My lips are very red because I've just taken my lipstick off. Tonight was the Aladdin world premiere round the corner at the El Capitan Theatre, which is owned by Disney, which I didn't know before I came here. We had the party downstairs, it was awesome. Ended quite early, it ended at 11. And basically, today's word is myself, and something happened at the party that I'm gonna do my best to incorporate into this word. I don't think of myself enough in the correct way. I think of myself a lot in terms of Instagram, like what I'm posting. I post pictures of myself, I edit my face all the time when I'm making videos. I think of myself almost as like a completely other being. Sometimes I'll post pictures of myself and edit pictures of myself without even associating myself. The me that's editing the picture doesn't recognize the me in the photo, if that makes any sense. I feel like I've had to like disassociate myself enough to be able to bear myself when I'm sat editing video after video after video. The only videos that I can ever watch back are your typical blog where I'm like backstage in shows, because when I watch them, that feels like an old school home video to me. I watch them because I get to reminisce and feel nostalgic about the shows that I was once in, and I've documented things that I've since forgotten, and so I get to relive those through watching those videos. I never watch my sit down chatting videos because I was there, I made it, I filmed it, I edited it, I've heard everything that I had to say. I've almost detached from that version of myself, just so that it's easier to go through the editing process. I haven't detached so much that I've lost all sense of self, but it's hard to explain without sounding too overdramatic. But I don't think of myself in the right sense, in that when like a good opportunity comes up, I never really push myself forward for it because I think, oh, you know, someone else would be better for it. Someone else, you know, deserves that more than me. Or if, you know, I'm ill, I'll never take the time off to get better. I'll just be like, no, I'm fine, I'll just keep going, I'll keep pushing. Or things like this trip, like I've been sent to LA, put up in a hotel, and sent to a really amazing premiere. And by Disney, who are like one of the biggest, richest companies going. And yet I now feel like I owe Disney something. I'm like, you know, today they were like, oh, we're gonna walk you back all the way up the other end of the carpet to get like professional photos taken by a professional photographer. And I was like, oh no, it's fine, you don't have to, it's okay, don't worry, we've had pictures down this end of the carpet, I've got them all on my phone, don't worry about it. He was literally just doing his job. And because I feel like I've been given so much by Disney already, I was like, no, don't worry about it, don't go out, honestly, it's fine. So basically, the story that I'm trying to get to is there was a room in the party that was sponsored, I guess, by a homeware company. And I walked in and I was like, oh, this is cool. And it was all like a furnished room. There's like sofas and like cushions and stuff. And dotted around the room were these barrels of throws, like blankets. And I looked at them and I was like, and they were all the same throw. And then I saw that some people like were holding them around the room and some people had them like stuffed into their bags. And I was like, are they free? Like, are we allowed to take them? Are they like freebies? In the hopes that, you know, some of us will post about the company and how amazing these throws are. No, surely not. And the more I looked around the room, the more people I saw with them and had them like in their bags and in their hands. And even though I had all the confirmation that I needed that we were allowed to take a throw, I was like, no, I'll wait to the end of the party and just see if there's one. I can't take a throw because what if they're not? What if they're not for free? And obviously the answer to that is then you just give it back. It's fine. But again, going a few videos back, this is my fear of getting in trouble coming into play again. And I was like, I'll just wait and see, you know, it's fine. So we walked into a different room and sat outside, and like 10 minutes later, a family, and by family I mean like 3 toddlers and a mother, came through, and all the toddlers were holding throws as they came through. And I was like, well, if that one woman has essentially taken 4 throws because she's got one and all 3 of her children have got one, even though, you know, the courtesy is usually 1 per person, and she's gotten away with that by giving all 3 of her children a throw, which essentially means she now has matching throws to decorate her entire house. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get a throw. By this point, they'd all gone, and there was no one else in the room. It's like getting to the end of the party now, and there's no one else in the room apart from these 2 women who have 5 throws between them, and one of them was behind the woman and like tucked behind a cushion. So I was like, is that hers, or has that been like picked up and left there by somebody else who didn't want it? So I was like, I'm gonna ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. Excuse me, that throw behind you, is that yours or is that a spare one? And the woman who was sat in front of it looked behind and she was like, what throw? And she had a very thick accent. I don't think English was her native language. But she was like, where? What throw? And she was looking behind her and definitely didn't see it there. And the other woman spotted it and went, oh, we're looking after that for somebody else. And you know when you just know when someone's not telling the truth? I was like, okay, don't worry. And I was like, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit here until you get up and leave. And if you get up and leave it because it was somebody else's, then fair enough, I'll just sort of, maybe I'll wait a bit longer and see if someone comes back for it. I'll reevaluate the plan then. But I was like, between 2 women, 5 throws, and 3 throws, that's hard to say, that's a lot. So all of us then like, I need a wee, I'm gonna go for a wee. And I was like, oh no, I don't need one on my own because I need backup. He leaves, and about 2 minutes later, a guy comes in and goes, hey guys, the party's ended, we're gonna need you to move. I was like, okay, well then this is my chance, because if they leave and leave it behind, the person that they were keeping it for hasn't come back. So, because the main hall now was like empty, everyone had gone. There was like a couple of people just finishing off their conversations and their drinks. So I was like, okay, well if they get up and leave it, I'm gonna take it and I'm not gonna feel too bad about it because I'm like 99% sure that they're not telling the truth anyway. They get up, start packing their stuff up, putting all their millions of throws in their bags. And the guy starts really pushing now, saying, look guys, we really need you to leave. So I was like, excuse me, took a chance. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna think of myself in the right way for once. I'm actually gonna take a chance, and I really want one of those throws. So if there's a chance of me getting one of those throws, I'm gonna see if I can make it happen. I don't need 5. Ladies, just one. Just one. Excuse me, you said that was someone else's throw. Have they come back for it, or is it a spare one? Because basically there were 4 that were like neatly rolled up and like had all their ribbons attached and a big label, but there was one that someone had opened up to see what it looked like, that she'd been like leaning on. And by this point, they'd taken the 4 neatly rolled up ones, they disappeared into bags. I tell you, my friends, they had disappeared. And the other woman was just like, see, like just going, all right, we've been caught out, you can have it type thing. So for once, I actually thought of myself in the right way, and I was like, do you know what? Because usually I wouldn't have even posed the question, but tonight I felt brave. I felt very brave, and I was like, I am gonna think of myself. It was called Ashley's Homeware Lounge. So Ashley's Homeware, thank you very much for your throw. And I promise, when there are free things at events like that, I will never take the piss. I will never stuff my bags full of free stuff. I will always take just the one, and I will be happy because I entered the event with nothing. So if I come out with 1 free thing, I'm 1 up, but I don't need 5. Have I gone too far? Have I made my point? So yeah, every now and again, or not even every now and again, I need to start thinking of myself just more in general and in the right way, not in the looking at my face constantly on Instagram because I'm editing a picture or editing a video and hearing myself talk all the time, much like I'm about to go and do now, in the way that I do push myself forward and I do make my voice heard and I do make sure I get nice things at parties. Oh dear. I will see you tomorrow.